Hello students, my name is Anthony sir and today we are going to learn this very important lesson, second lesson of class 10 NCERT book, Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom, written by Nelson Mandela himself because it is autobiography. This is very important lesson. It is historical event and it is also part of the autobiography of Nelson Mandela. So he has described many events of his own life, and why he is very important because he is very famous personality in the world. He was, I should say, because he is no more, and he was also the winner of Nobel Prize, and he is somebody who has done a great act, great work in his own country, and he is famous for his forgiveness towards the white people. And that is what we are going to learn in this lesson, and the struggle that he had, and on the occasion of inauguration as a president of South Africa, the speech that he had given is also very important speech that we can find in this lesson, and also some a very important lesson that we can learn from his life. It is the whole biography, but only a small part is taken from his autobiography and written here. The major decision that he has taken when he was a child, when he grew up in the school, what kind of mindset that he had, that is what we learn in this lesson. And why do we learn the autobiography of famous person? Because everybody would like to become a famous person, and in our lifetime we can also learn something. It's not necessary that we should learn everything. Maybe the circumstances in his time was different, in our time is different, but we can learn some characteristic from his lifetime. That is why we study the autobiography, and that is the main reason why this lesson is placed in class 10 textbook. So let's see what is written in this lesson about Nelson Mandela. But before we start, let me also tell you that the important words, some difficult words which are in this lesson, I have written it down in the notes also. You can check the video comment and you can find the difficult words there, so that it will be easy for you to understand. It is quite long lesson, but we will try to finish it in one video itself. So please bear with me and try to understand difficult words. I will try my best to explain this lesson. Okay, so let's start. Before we start, let's see the background of Nelson Mandela. Number one, he was from South Africa and he was also a freedom fighter. Before you read, apartheid is a political system that separates people according to their race. So apartheid, it is actually the system, is the tradition, is the system in the country where there is a discrimination between one group of people towards another group of people. Can you say which of three countries named below had such a political system until very recently? When we talk about until very recently, it is South Africa. Of course, in North America was also there, but that was long time back. Now it is no more there. But in South Africa, it was until very recently. Very recently they got independence, and the system of apartheid was there. Next, have you heard of Nelson Mandela? I'm sure many of you have heard it, and because he is famous personality also. Mandela and his African National Congress, that was his party, spent a lifetime fighting against apartheid. So that was their main motto, is to fight against the apartheid system. Mandela had to spend 30 years in prison. He was in the prison 30 years. See, remember, we must learn all the events and sometimes the dates also, because it is historical event, and for historical events you need to know the dates and the event, what happened there. So he was in the prison 30 years. Finally, democratic elections were held in South Africa in 1994, and Mandela became the first black president of a new nation. It means until 1994 there was apartheid system, and in 1994, in the freedom of South Africa, there was first election and Nelson Mandela was the first president elected by the people. Now in this extract from his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom. So Long Walk to Freedom is the name of the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, and only the small part is taken in this lesson. Mandela speaks about a historic occasion. You can underline this part. In this lesson, he talks about what? Historic occasion. The inauguration. The inauguration, that is the event that he talks about. Can you guess what the occasion might be? Check your guess with the news items from the BBC of 10th May 1994. Okay, so this is the news that was published in the newspaper by BBC on 10th May 1994. The news says Mandela becomes South Africa's first black president, and the news reads, Nelson Mandela has become South Africa's first black president after more than 3 centuries of white rule. It means 300 years white people rule over South Africa, and now Nelson Mandela, he is actually a black person. He is African. Okay. Nelson Mandela's African National Congress ANC party won 253 seats of the 400 seats in the first democratic elections of South Africa's history. The inauguration, okay, the ceremony where they take the oath to become the president, that is the inauguration ceremony, took place in the Union Building Amphitheatre in Pretoria today. So the building is called Union Building in a city called Pretoria. Attended by politicians and dignitaries from more than 140 countries, 40 countries around the world. So many people came from different countries. They were politicians, they were dignitaries. Dignitaries means main people, they were main businessmen, scientists, and all those people, they came to attend this inauguration ceremony. And the main speech, the main sentence that he spoke in his speech is, never, never again will this beautiful land experience the oppression of one by another, said Nelson Mandela in his address. Okay. Jubilant scenes on the streets of Pretoria means everybody was celebrating on the streets of Pretoria. Jubilant means celebration. Followed the ceremony with blacks, whites, and colored. Here colored means mixed people, okay? And white people, yes, of course, from European, and black means people from Africa, celebrating together. More than 100,000, which we also call it 1 lakh, okay, more than 100,000 South African men, women, and children of all race sang and danced with joy. Everybody was singing, everybody was dancing, and everybody was happy. Why? Because our first black president, Nelson Mandela, has been chosen as president. Okay, so this is the background, and after this there is activity here, but I leave this activity to you. In your free time you can do this activity. Quickly we want to go to the lesson. Okay, now I start the lesson. So all this was background of this lesson. You must know that it is all about Nelson Mandela. It is about the inauguration ceremony and the oath that he has taken and the decision that he has taken in his lifetime. Okay, so I start the lesson. 10th May dawned bright and clear. For the past few days I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respect before the inauguration. Okay, what was the day? It was 10th May 1994. Remember, okay, few days after he was pleasantly besieged. Pleasantly besieged means he was surrounded closely by dignitaries, means famous people and the world leaders, because they came to give the respect before the inauguration ceremony. Okay. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of the international leaders on South African soil, and this gathering was the largest gathering of international leaders in South Africa. Okay. The ceremonies took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheatre formed by the Union Building in Pretoria. Remember the place where the ceremony took place? It was where? Union Building in Pretoria. And the amphitheatre. Amphitheatre is the place, open place, and we have a circle where they can sit down. It is kind of a stadium, okay, and made of sandstone. It is very famous in Greek. Okay, Greece, you can find so many amphitheatre there. For decades, this had been the seat of white supremacy. It means white people only can go there before the independence. And now it was the site of rainbow gathering of different colored and nations from the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. Okay, after the independence, this place, which was for only white, now they have different kind of people, different color of people, black, white, colored, yellow, all, because people came from different countries also. So all of them, they gathered there in the South Africa's first democratic and non-racial government. Okay, so he explained his government with two words. Number one, democratic, because it is the government of people, and non-racial means they don't believe in any race. The government is not for the white people or black people, it is for all. That is why it is called non-racial government. On that lovely autumn is the season, okay, winter season, autumn day, I was accompanied by my daughter Zenani. Remember, underline this word Zenani, because on this occasion he came on the stage with who? With his daughter called Zenani. On the podium is the pulpit, okay, on the stage that we have, the wooden pulpit that we have, it is called podium. Mr. de Klerk was first sworn in as second deputy president, so he was like a vice president, and he took the oath, okay. What is his name? Mr. de Klerk, okay, as a second deputy president. Then next page, Thabo Mbeki, it is pronounced Thabo Mbeki, was sworn in as first deputy president. He was also he took the oath as the first deputy president. When it was my turn, whose turn? It was Nelson Mandela's. You can see his picture here on the screen also, it is given there. And when it was his turn, I pledged to obey and uphold the constitution and to devote myself to the well-being of the republic and its people. Okay, this is the famous statement that you normally supposed to say when you are taking oath, that you pledge yourself to obey the rules and regulation. Constitution means rules and regulation, the law of the country South Africa. To the assembled guest and the watching world, I said. Now he has started his speech, okay, all the people who have gathered, now he said that I want to give my speech. Now this speech that is given here in your textbook, it is very important speech, and you must actually know this speech word by word and try to understand what he was trying to say. And even the arrangement of the words, it is very fantastic, very nice, okay. Normally when you are giving a speech on the stage, you have to choose your words very specifically. So here is the speech given by Nelson Mandela, and he has chosen the words very nicely. So let's see what is in the speech. Today, all of us do, by our presence here, confer means here, give, okay, give glory and hope to the newborn liberty. He is talking about the country. Newborn liberty means freedom. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster. Why did he say extraordinary human disaster? Because remember, he was in the prison for 30 years, okay, and apart from him, all the people, black people, were suffering. They were suppressed by white people. So it was like a human disaster, and the experience that he had, he said that that lasted too long. Remember how many years? 300 years long, okay. Must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. Okay, now he says that now a new society which has been born, and the world will be proud of us. It means we will become a nice citizen. We who were outlaws not so long ago, outlaws means because, the meaning is given here, because of its policy of apartheid, many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relation with South Africa. Okay, outlaws means people were not granting them, or they were not regarding them as a good country. That is called outlaw. Another meaning which we can also say, that black people were outlaws by white people. It means black people were not regarding them as human being. Okay. Next, today have been given the rare privilege to be the host to the nations of the world on our soil. So we are the host to become the host of many different countries in our own land. Soil here means land. We thank all of our distinguished international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country of what is, after all, a common victory for justice, for peace, and for human dignity. Okay, so he is just saying thank you to all the international guests. Thanks for coming, because this is the victory of three things. Number one, justice, peace, and human dignity. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. Remember this word, underline this word, emancipation. It means freedom from restriction. Okay, meaning can come anytime when a paragraph is given in the exam. By all means this word will be there and you will have to write the meaning. So emancipation means freedom. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender and other discrimination. So he took the pledge that I will help, okay, to all the people to come out from the bondage of, number one, poverty. Deprivation means not equal distribution. Okay, deprivation meaning is given state of not having one's rightful benefit, no equal distribution. Suffering and gender problem also and other discrimination which was going on. He said that I am going to fight against this discrimination. And then he made a speech. Never, never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. Now nobody will become the ruler over somebody because the country will be free. That is what he said. The sun shall never set on so glorious a human achievement. It means from now onwards this country will have so many human achievements in the country. It means it will not end. Sun shall never set. It means it will not end. Okay. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. And with these words he has finished his speech. Very good speech, and you must know what did he say in the speech. Okay. We can go to the next page here. A few moments later we all lifted our eyes in awe. In awe means surprise. As a spectacular array means impressive display, okay, of South African jets. So after the speech is given, you can see the South African jet planes. They were displaying their power in the air, okay, and then helicopters and the troop carrier rode in perfect formation over the Union building. It means marching was happening and they were shouting, screaming, okay. It was not only a display of pinpoint precision and military force, but a demonstration of the military's loyalty to the democracy, to a new government that had been freely and fairly elected. So they were not just showing the power, but they were showing their loyalty. Loyalty means the faithfulness towards the new democratic government which was selected freely and fairly. It means there was no any mistake. There was no any bribes given to become the winner in the election. Okay, so it was freely and fairly elected. Only moments before, the highest general of South African Defence Force and Police, their chest bedecked with ribbons and medals from days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. Okay, so now these people, the army officer and the police officer, what they have on their chest, they have the ribbon, then the medals. It means they have high rank in military and in police. They have come to give their salute, okay, and they have shown their loyalty towards the new president. I was not unmindful of the fact that not so many years ago, before they would not have saluted but arrested me. At that time, Nelson Mandela remembered that if it was not at this time, if it is maybe 10-15 days before, these same people who are now saluting me would come and arrest me in the past. Okay, but now that I am president, they are saluting me. Okay, finally, a chevron of impala. Chevron means a color, a pattern in the shape of V. Okay, impala jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue and gold of the new South African flag. Remember, the South African flag has all this color. So the plane that was going, they have shown this color, black, red, green, blue and gold color in the sky. Okay, just to give tribute to the new president. Okay, so this is all part of the ceremony. What happened after the speech? There was a display of military and the police people and their loyalty towards the new government. The day was symbolized for me by the playing of our two national anthem. After this, what happened? Now national anthem. Now this country had two national anthems. One was for white people, one was for black people. So two national anthems were sang. And the vision of whites singing, so white people were singing Nkosi Sikelel I Africa. It means the African song was sung by white people, and the black people singing DSM, it means the English song was sung by black people. So it was like interchanged, just to show that we love you each other. And the old anthem of Republic. Although that day neither group knew the lyrics of the anthem that once despised, they would soon know the word by heart. Okay, on that day they didn't know the meaning of the national anthem because they despised that song long time ago. Okay, because they were kind of enemies to each other, but now they have sang their song. Okay, and Nelson Mandela believed that maybe they will learn these songs by heart as time goes. Okay. Next, on the day of the inauguration, I was overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means very happy with the sense of history. So he remembered the history and he was little bit happy. In the first decade of 20th century, first decade of 20th century means 1991, 1992, 1993, that year. 1901, 1902, 1903, that years. Okay, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War and before my own birth, so during that time there was a war which was going on between Anglo and Boer. So in that war, when Nelson Mandela was also not born, the white-skinned people of South Africa patched up their differences and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. It means exactly 100 years ago, during this war, the white people, they have created this system of white people dominion. Okay, so it means apartheid system started in the 19th century first decade after the war, when Nelson Mandela was not born. The structure they created, it was from the basis of one of the harshest, it was very cruel, harshest means very cruel, most inhuman means against the human law, inhuman societies the world has ever known. Okay, so the world could not imagine this kind of rule was created in South Africa. Now in the last decade, now we are after 90 years, so in the last decade of 20th century and my own 8th decade as a man, it means he is now in his 80s, that system had been, next page, overturned. Overturned means completely changed forever and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedom of all the people. Now the system that is overturned, completely changed. It has become now opposite. Now we are thinking about people's right and the freedom of people, regardless of the color of their skin. Now it means we don't look at the person's skin color, but we think about their freedom and their rights. Okay, it means exactly after first decade of 19th century and the last decade of 20th century, means almost 200 years, the whole system was changed, and now it has become democratic, and now everybody is obliged to their rights and freedom. Okay, next, that day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifice of thousands of my people. So he could remember that how many people gave their life. Okay, they sacrificed their life for the freedom of the country. People whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. It means it was very difficult to repay the tribute towards these people because they have already killed, they have already died for the nation. They became martyr. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum means here the total of all those African patriots who had gone before me. So it means all the people fought, okay, and I am the total of the sacrifice that people have done, and because of all the sacrifice I have become the president. That is what he was trying. So he was giving respect towards the martyr who died for free country of South Africa. That long and noble line ended and now begun again with me. So now the new nation has started with me. I was pained, I was sad. Pain means sad, that I was not able to thank them because they have already died, and that they were not able to see what their sacrifice had brought. Okay, wrought means brought. Okay, so I was also sad because I could not show them the new South Africa, and they were not able to see because they already died. Okay. Next, the policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound. Wound means hurt. People are very hurt because of apartheid system, and the wound was very deep and long lasting. Okay, in my country and my people, all of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. It means he is trying to say that maybe we will not be able to overcome this pain or this wound in next few years. Maybe it will take some generation to come out from that pain. Okay, what white people have done to them, that hurt. But the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced the Oliver Tambo, the Walter Sisulu, the Chief Luthulis, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fischers, the Robert Sobukwes of our time. It means because of this oppression means frustration, and in struggle of freedom, some great personality was created, and their names are given here, and you can see the pictures are also given here. These people became very extraordinary freedom fighter because of this system, apartheid system. Okay, and they started thinking about the country's freedom. Okay, now men of such extraordinary, next page, courage, wisdom and generosity, that their like may never be known again. Okay, because of this struggle they became courageous, they got very good wisdom, and they were also generous towards other people. Generosity means kindness. Perhaps it required such depth of oppression, so he thinks that maybe when you want to bring out this very nice character from a person, the person has to go in deep of oppression. So depth of oppression to create such height of character. Okay, you can underline this because question can come from this line. It is very deep. It has a very deep meaning. My country is rich in the minerals and gems. Gems are the stones that we normally find from the land that lies beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people. The greatest wealth of the country is its people, not the oil, not the gold, not the diamonds. Actually, South Africa is famous for diamond mining. Okay, these are the gems that you can find there, but that is not the greatest wealth. The greatest wealth is the people of their country. People finer and truer than the purest diamond. People who are very good. Okay, he's comparing people with the diamond, purest diamond. They are more precious. That is what he's trying to say. Next, it is from this comrades in the struggle. Comrade means colleagues. Okay, fighters. In this struggle that I learned the meaning of courage. That Nelson Mandela has learned the courage from these people. Okay. Time and again, I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. It means when an idea, a thought has come, and because of that thought, people would like to give their life and their time, okay, to risk. They risk their life also. And this is the same. The idea of freedom has taken so many people's life, and they were ready to give their life also. I have seen men stand up to attack and torture without breaking, showing a strength and resilience that defies the imagination. It means Nelson Mandela says that with my eyes I have seen that the white people, they are beating black people, but they are fighting for the freedom, so they are not breaking. They are laughing. They are happy that they are getting punishment or they are getting torture because of their country. So they are without breaking, and they don't even show the strength of any resilience also. You cannot imagine these things. Can you imagine somebody is getting punishment and he is laughing, and severe punishment, but they were still laughing because they wanted to give their life for the country. So that is what he is saying, that it was unimaginable, but he has seen it because people were ready to give their life for an idea of freedom. Okay, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear. Okay, he learned that when you become courageous, yes, of course, It is not absence of fear. There is fear also, but the triumph over it. Fear is there, but you must get victory. Triumph means you must overcome, victory over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Underline this line. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Okay, you must be able to explain. It means, yes, a brave man can be afraid, but he overcomes the fear and move on in his life. That is the meaning. Next. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin. Of course, that is why children, when they are together, they don't care whether you are a black person or white person. They just like to play with each other. That is why discrimination has not come from the childhood or his background or his religion. Okay, people must learn to hate. Everybody has learned to hate from somebody. Okay, either from their parents or from the society. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love also. It means society can teach them to love also. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. You can underline this line. Love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. It means to love somebody, it is spontaneous. Okay, it is the nature, it is the law of nature. Okay, it is not something that you should be taught, but because you have learned how to hate each other, that is why you have pressed the nature of love in you. But if you can be taught how to hate, then you can also be taught how to love also. Even in the grimmest times in prison, means very severe time in the prison, when my comrades, my colleagues and I were pushed to our limit. Pushed to our limit, it means pushed to the last point in our ability to bear the pain. I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the guard. It means one of the policemen who was there, when he will give a little bit smile. Even that smile was enough for us to get encouraged after getting lot of beating in the prison. Okay, perhaps just for a second, but it was enough to reassure me and keep me going. It means I become encouraged and we keep on going. We don't decide to kill ourselves because of this punishment, but because of the smile of only one person, it was enough for us to survive, to live, and even to have hope that one day we will have victory. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. It means your goodness, your kindness, to do good to somebody else, you can hide it in you, but it will never extinguish. Extinguish means go off. It will never go off. It will be there. It just have to come out. Okay. Next, in life, every man has twin obligation, means two obligations. Obligations means duty. You have two duties. Obligation to his family, number one, to your family, to his parents, to his wife and children. So this is basically your duty towards your family. Okay. And second one, he has an obligation to his people. It means this is the obligation, your duty towards the society. That is the people, community and your country. And you have to perform both duty. Okay. In a civil and inhuman society, each man is able to fulfill, human society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations. It means when your society is good and your law is good, your president is good, when there is peace in the country, you can perform both duties. Your duty towards the family, you become nice to your family also, and you also perform some duty towards the country also. But according to his own inclination, inclination means natural tendency. Yes, you perform both duties. Okay. But in a country like South Africa, where apartheid system was there, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and my color to fulfill both of those obligations. It means it was very difficult for black people to survive in their own country. No rights, no freedom for them. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as human being was punished and isolated. It means when you try to live a free life as a black person, then you will get a lot of punishment and you will be kept in the prison. Means you will be isolated. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably means unavoidably, which you cannot avoid, ripped from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. It means when you try to fulfill your duty towards your family, then also there is a punishment. Okay, and punishment is that you will live a life apart, means you will be kept in the prison where twilight, the very dark light, there is no light actually, twilight, where there is a secrecy and rebellion. Okay, I did not in the beginning chose to place my people above my family. Okay, so first he wanted to fulfill his duty only for the family but not for the country. But in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was preventing from fulfilling my obligation as a son, a brother, a father and a husband. It means he was trying to fulfill his duty towards the family, but because of the country's situation, he was not able to do that. Next, now he is saying about his childhood. I was not born with a hunger to be free. It means to get freedom, it was not his desire when he was born. I was born free in every way that I could know. It means in his village, okay, that was his world at that time. He was free because the freedom that he wanted, he got it. Free to run in the field. This is the kind of freedom he is talking about. Free to run in the field near my mother's hut, small house. Free to swim in the clear stream, in the small stream of water. He was able to swim there that runs through my village. Free to roast millis. Millis means the corn that you roast under the stars and ride the broad black of slow moving bull carts. He was able to ride also, as long as I obeyed my father and abide by the custom of my tribes. Okay, so only the rules that was there, it was the rule of the father and also the rule of the customs of that tribes. I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. Okay, so there was no any hindrance, there was no any obstacle by the law of man or human. Okay, next. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. Illusion means something that appears to be real but it is not. Okay, so actually freedom that he thought, it was not the freedom when he became a boy. When I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me. Okay, now as he was growing, he can see that he does not have enough freedom to live, that I began to hunger for it. Now the desire to get freedom has increased in him. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. So he wanted to be free only for himself. The transitory freedom of being able to stay out at night. Okay, now this transitory means not permanent, only the not permanent freedom. He wanted only to stay outside at the night, only that freedom he wanted as a boy. A young man at night read and I pleased and go where I chose. So that was the only freedom he wanted. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearn means desire, for the basis of honorable freedom of achieving my potential. Now the desire to get freedom has increased. Now he wanted freedom for what? To achieve something in his life, because he had potential. He had strength in him to do something great, but he did not have the freedom of earning my keep. He wanted to do good job also, but there was no freedom. And to marry and have a family. He also wanted to marry somebody whom he wants, but even that freedom was not there. The freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. So in a life with the rules and regulation, the freedom that he is supposed to have, he did not have it. Next. But then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters were also not free. So now the hunger for freedom has more increased, because now he has seen that the freedom that I want in my life, it is not only for me, because my brothers and sisters of the same color, they are also not free. So I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed. Curtailed means reduced, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. So everybody who looks like black, who is black, their freedom was curtailed. Okay, their freedom was reduced. And that is when the hunger of my own country, own freedom, became the greater hunger for the freedom. So he became somebody who wanted to now fight for the country. Okay, because he has seen that not only me who is not free, but everybody is not free of my color. Okay, of my people. It was their desire for the freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect that animated my life. Animated means form, created. Okay, everybody wanted to live a free life, and because of that, Nelson Mandela has made his life in a certain way that he can become a freedom fighter. That transformed, now underline this word, how Nelson Mandela was before and now what he has become. So here the answer is, that transformed a frightened young man. So he was a frightened young man before, now into a bold one. He has become courageous, bold. That drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal. So initially he was a person who used to obey all the law, but now he has to become criminal, because in terms of freedom fighter, you sometimes have to commit the crime also, but it was for good purpose. Okay? That turned my family loving husband into a man without a home. So he was first family loving person, but now he was always staying outside. So he became a man without home. That forced a life loving, he used to enjoy life, but now he has become a life of live like a monk. Monk is somebody who has left his house and he is trying to achieve something great. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than next man. It means not only me, but everybody near me, they were all self-sacrificing and virtuous person. But I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedom I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. So at certain point, because he became the politician and he became the freedom fighter, he got little freedom for himself, but he was not happy with that freedom because his brothers, the black people, brothers and sisters, they were not free. Freedom is indivisible. Indivisible means you cannot separate it. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. Underline this thought. It means when my people are not free, I also feel like my freedom has also been taken away. So it is like indivisible. You cannot separate from one person to another person. The chains on all of my people were the chains on me. So when they were under bondage, I also felt the bondage on my life, because we were from the same society, same color. I knew that the oppressor must be liberated just as sure the oppressed. Underline this thought. Okay, is very, very important. Means the oppressor, it means somebody who is boss. Okay, and he is punishing and torturing other group of people. He is the oppressor, and this person who is getting all the punishment, he is oppressed person. So oppressor and oppressed. Now Nelson Mandela says that he thinks that both of them should get liberated. Both of them should get their own freedom. Why? Because a man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. He is saying that oppressor is also under bondage. And what is their bondage? That his freedom is also taken because he is the he is the prisoner of hatred. He cannot love somebody because so much hatred has been put in his mind. That is why he is also under bondage. And he also has prejudices. Also prejudice means strong dislike mind against the somebody. And also he has narrow-mindedness. Narrow-mindedness means small mind, that you don't think about good for other people. Okay? I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom. So he is saying that if I am taking somebody's freedom, means I am not free. Just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. And when my freedom is taken, that time also I am not free. So both of us, we are not free. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. Humanity means my rights and my freedom has been robbed when I become oppressed or even oppressor. Both of them, there is no freedom for them. Okay. this is the end of the lesson, and I believe that this lesson is very, very important, very good lesson, very so many thoughts that Nelson Mandela has given, so many sentences that actually can make your life better. Okay, and you can watch this video again and again, and also some difficult words which are there, I have written down the meanings in the comment also, so you can just go through the comment and you will see. Okay, you watch this video again and again so that you can learn this lesson very nicely. Okay, I hope you have understood everything. If you have any question, you can put it in the comment. I will try and give reply as early as possible. Okay, thank you so much.